So welcome to individual and team defense. My name is Meghan McDonogh, and I'm the head coach at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. And we have our team here with us, as well as my assistant, Paige Messersmith, who will be taking y'all through some things that we do, and Rachel Bragg, another assistant. I want to first preface it with they're a little nervous and anxious, just like I am, to be here and to be presenting. They'll probably be doing some weird things, get distracted. Just enjoy it. That's who we are. We like to have a lot of fun. We just started on Monday, and we've been focusing on our team defense mainly, because that's kind of the hardest thing to get back once you're in your preseason. So we're going to basically be going through a lot of the stuff that we've been going through this past week, and we'll be continuing in throughout our preseason. So I'm going to turn it over to Paige, who's going to take y'all through some of the footwork that we'll do on any given day.
If you're doing it, go. I've never actually talked into a microphone before, so please bear with me. Yeah, you can drop your sticks. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go through a couple of the footwork drills that we do. Anna and Rachel are going to demo them, and then the rest of the girls are going to go through it. They're going to go through it the first time, going forward, the second time, going backwards. So the first one we start with is just 1 foot in each box. As soon as they exit the ladder, they're going to sprint to the cone, break down, go around to the outside. Yes. Okay, you ready? The main focus here is really as soon as you exit the ladder, you want to explode through. When you get to the cone, you want to break down, be able to change your direction, staying tight around the cone, and explode outward to your right or left. The next one they're going to do is just put 2 feet in the box. All right, the next one is a little bit more difficult. It's called the snake. So what you're going to do is they're going to start straddling the black on the outside. They're going to be keeping their hips forward, and they're going to straddle the black, the red, the black, the red, all the way up through the ladder. So go through it slowly. The idea is that we get a little hop, but we're primarily keeping our hips forward and ourselves facing forward. Good, Katie. All right, the next one is everyone's favorite. It's the icky shuffle. So you're going to start on the outside. You're going to place both your feet inside the box, one on the outside. Then your next foot is going to come right back into the box. So you're going 2 feet in, 1 foot out, 2 feet in, 1 foot out. As you're going through all of these, you want to emphasize keeping your head up, so that way you always know what's going on in the play. All right, the next one, you're going to start straddling the box with both your feet outside. All you're going to do is go 2 feet in, 2 feet out. As you see, Anna, you want ideas, you want to keep your center of gravity very low, and it's all just coming from your legs. Good, Al. This is good. All All right, the next one is the same concept, but instead of hopping into the box, you're going to separately put your feet into the box. So they're both going to be straddling the box. You're going to put one foot in, then the second, out, out, in. Good, so you're putting 2 feet in, 2 feet out every time. All right, and then the final one that we're going to go through is the slalom. So you're going to start with either your right or your left foot placed in the box. And all you're going to do is if you have your right foot in, you're going to hop forward, put your left foot in the box. Right foot in, left foot in. Good. All right, good. Now we're going to move over to one of our footwork drills that's mainly focused on your approach and keeping your steps small defensively.
And one thing that I did forget to mention that we do at Catholic is we really encourage our defenders to play left-handed defense because we find it's a lot easier for them to naturally force the attackers to their weak hand, which is typically their left. So you'll see most of our players, we're trying to reinforce it. We're working on all sorts of different things, but their stick will be left side up because it's a lot easier to mirror the defender or the attacker that has the ball. So they'll be going through a lot of these footwork exercises with their stick, getting comfortable with having their stick in their left hand.
All right, so this next one we do. So what Alexis is going to do is she's going to approach the small set of cones. She's going to keep small steps, shuffling back and forth between the cones. As soon as she gets up, she's going to approach, break down, go with, again explode out, approach, break down. Do you want me to go through again? Got to go through one more time. So again, we're keeping our steps very small. We're approaching like we would our attacker, going with a little bit, and then exploding out, drop stepping with them. Nope, you're good.
You're done.
Do you want to do that one too? Okay. All right, the next one we're going to do is, can you guys help me grab these cones? Thank you. And grab some balls too. Mm-hmm. All right, the next one, it's a small lateral shuffle into a competitive ground ball. So Allie, why don't you step up? So if Allie and I are doing it together, we're going to start with our inside foot at the cone. All you're doing is I'm taking tiny steps to the second cone to second, third, back, exploding out, and they're fighting into a ground ball. So you're going to start at this cone, hit every cone, again, really emphasizing the small steps. As soon as we get to this cone, we are exploding, keeping it tight around it. Go. Great throw out. Inside foot. Go.
And one thing that we're working on as a team is working on our lefty ground balls. We've been doing it in our stick work. It's a little awkward from time to time, but we're encouraging our team to work on that.
Go. 3. Go. 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 Go.
So all of this footwork really does incorporate, you can bring those all the way closer, into our individual defense. So to start, I'm sure everybody does 1v1s in their practices, all sorts of different ways. For the purposes of today, we used to do 3 spots, 4 spots. We're going to actually do 6 because that'll transition really easily into the next 2 drills that we're going to show you that really help focus on our team defense. So we'll set up 2 kind of high, 2 behind, and 2 on the elbows. Normally we make our attackers and our defenders start out a lot higher, but due to the space, we're going to keep it right outside the 12. And the way that we like to do it is I like to give the defense as much control as possible. So every play will start when the defender says got ball. Can we get one attacker over here? Nicolette. Up. Oh, we need one. Switch your penny. Allie.
You can go some attack.
Yeah. So we'll start over here with Alexis and Jenna. When Alexis says got ball, that's when she's just going to really focus. She's on her stick, left side up, so she's mirroring Jenna's stick, trying to force her weak. Again, this is my personal philosophy that we're always forcing weak. Right now, well, we have one lefty, so we'll have to adjust when we get to her. So Anna, you got lucky. But that means sometimes we are forcing in. It means sometimes we are forcing to cage. Our philosophy is that if as long as everybody is doing the same thing and knows where to expect the ball, that's where your help will be. That's where our goalie is expected to make the save, especially if it is a weak-handed shot. So. And I guess something important is at the college level, we can now go through the crease. So our defenders will be going through the crease from time to time. So again, when she keeps her stick and is always forcing left, our goalkeeper knows where the shot should be coming. So it's higher percentage opportunity for her to save the ball. Now before Anna starts with Laura, Laura is our lefty. So those teams, I think there are a couple of them that we play. Now you know Laura's a lefty. So that means that Anna is going to get to play a little bit more comfortable with her right hand up because it will be forcing Laura to her right side. And so Laura did a really good job of opening up her position. If Anna could have maybe taken one step forward, and she'll do it next time, promise. Good, Lex. Nice, Patty. So what you'll also see is a lot of our attackers just naturally then start with their stick in their left hand because they don't even want to really fight for their right. So it's hopefully on the flip side, it does help improve your attacker's ability to use both hands. Good, D-Bart. So there again, she could have taken one more step up to force back, which she normally likes to do, and also maybe meet her a little bit sooner. Nice, Bert.
Good, Katie.
Nice finish,
Good finish,
Aaron.
Aaron.
But as you'll see, regardless of how far over Aaron was able to come, Katie still really fought to keep her going back to her left, which again can hopefully be a little bit higher percentage for our goalies. Good. Nice finish, Al.
Good finish, Al.
D-Bart. D-Bart.
Come on, Jenna.
Good, Anna, good. And another thing, with 1v1s, if our defenders are able to hold them for 5-6 seconds, we will be moving on to team defense where you hope that you have a teammate who is sliding. So something like that last one where our attacker took a couple of different moves inside the 8, you will have a help defender there. So the odds of having this much time are really slim to none, I hope.
Yeah, Allie.
Nice. Watch the little push, Lex.
Good stuff.
And again, this is our lefty, so we got to force her right. And another thing that we want to make sure is that we're trying to meet them outside of the 8 meter because typically we will be pressuring a little bit high. So we'll do these last 2. Okay, so from these same spots, let's get 6 attackers out. Let's take the balls up. And 4 defenders.
64. Stay attack.
We also, whenever we're working on any sort of team defensive concept, I try to make sure that we have a mixture of midfielders and defenders because typically the defenders are a little bit more comfortable with what's going on and can communicate in the game. So this way they can make sure that everybody's on the same page as our midfielders might be tired in the middle of the game.
Low, Allie. Go low.
So as you can see, we're using those same 6 spots that we just used for the 1v1s. We have 4 defenders out. Nicole, you have the ball? Nicole is starting with the ball right here, so Alexis is on ball. What we like to do is make sure that we're covering the adjacents, which makes Miranda, our low defender's job, very, very difficult. She now has 3 players, but luckily Patty will be helping her, so it's kind of a 2v3 here. What Miranda has to do is be very aware of where that first move and help direct exactly where she needs to then slide as well as everyone else. Basically, I think defense is just a lot of chaos, and the more chaotic you can be, the better, as long as you control your own chaos and just kind of embrace it. And that's definitely something that we do as a team is We just embrace the fact that it's going to be very chaotic, and we're just going to fight and make sure that we're communicating. There are times when we might have to reset, but again, as long as we're all controlling it and on the same page, it'll be okay. And it's not necessarily about what happens on ball, it's about forcing the attackers to be uncomfortable. So even if Alexis gets beat, but there's a slide right there and the attacker gets nervous, well, then we did just create an opportunity, and it wasn't done right on ball. So it's not about thinking it has to be the best double, it has to be the best slide. No, it has to be that you're making the attack that much more uncomfortable, and they're going to throw the ball away.
That's okay.
So we're going to get started, and I'm just going to remind our defenders to make sure that they're talking, because they were a little quiet this morning at practice. But it's later, so they should do better.
I need my mic to be down because I want to yell things, but I'm not on the mic. Good, Em. Good,
Keeper,
Em.
you got to get there.
Moving, Em. Good. Good, Care. Get out. Good finish, Nick.
So what you could see in that very beginning, we missed the first slide. We were a little too focused on our girls. We've only done this drill once since practice started, so I'm going to go with it's a little rusty for us. But we need to make sure that we're seeing as soon as that first pass hits. Another thing that we mandate with our attackers for this drill is that they can only switch with the adjacents, and they cannot cut until after 6 passes. And they also can't go to goal for 6 passes because we really want our defense to get comfortable and try to get into a little bit of a rhythm. So Anna's going to start with it up high.
2. Here we go, Erin.
Good.
Good, Care.
Nice job. Rachel, do you want to do the... I don't want to blow the whistle because I think that'll hurt y'all's ears a little bit. But like in that last situation, it really came down to the attack got a little flustered because the defense was being loud, taking up a lot of space. Our slides were pretty good, but they can always be improved upon.
Good, Lex.
So here, I don't know, hopefully you noticed, and this is something I actually forgot to mention, and that we really started focusing on in practice the other day, is our approach. And what you might have noticed about the way Alexis approached Nicole, the attack did a really good job of finding that open player, that skip pass. And what Alexis did was she approached to take away an option away from Nicole. So she kind of started running towards her and then made a little curve at the end that really forced Nicole to only see all these players who are covered. So she created her own 4v3 instead of the 6v4 where it's a little bit more daunting. Good, Lex, good.
Good, Nick.
Force
Lex,
back,
keep it
force
moving
back.
this way. Keep it moving this way. Good, Erin. Great look, Erin.
Again, very, very chaotic, but a lot of communications going on. Do we want to put a new group in?
Yeah, switch with Jason still.
So I was just going to hang out. So we're again making sure we're cutting off the adjacents.
Good, Jenna. Keep it moving. Good, Lex. Good.
And welcome to the drill. But again, very chaotic, making sure that we are forcing and making it a smaller situation than the 6v4, because that is very challenging for our defenders. So just real quick, again, this is the way Alexis, again, another Alexis on our team. We have a lot of name doubles, as I'm sure a lot of you coaches do as well. How she approached it was she knew that she had a lot more help on this side, so she made sure that she was forcing back to where the ball came from. And so that really limited Allie's options. Anna's able to cover right here. Also, if it is a long pass, either Katie or Anna can slide there, and our goalkeeper can slide to the bottom.
Good, Em. Good. Keep it moving, Em. Keep it moving. Good, Nicolette. Good. Nice
Rach,
slide,
good.
Rachel. Good finish, Laura.
And on that, Patty, our goalie, did a really nice job of taking up that space, but Laura was able to read that she was out of position and able to get that. Good, Anna. Good, Claire. Way to get there. And everybody was able to crash as she attacked, so we were able to get that back check off. That was actually a really good check. We sometimes struggle with those, as I'm sure all of you do it from time to time with your teams. Force back. Watch
Good,
that push, Claire. And what you saw them starting to do a little bit is doubling, even though we are numbers down, that's not a reason not to double. Again, as long as we're making sure that we're covering the adjacents and the biggest threats, we still encourage our players to double. So this group will hopefully double a little bit more, because looking at a couple of the people we got on the defensive field, Claire and Debert, yeah, double. Good, Al. Stay. Good. And yes, we were definitely in shooting space on that. So any refs here, I apologize for that. But you did see that we're, again, still taking those chances and going for those double teams, because just because your number's down, that's not a reason not to try for those doubles. We're going to add in one more defender to make this a little bit easier for the defense now. I think they'll be ready for that. So you'll see them taking a few more chances now that they feel that they could do some pretty good things with just being down 2. Now they're only down 1. When you factor in our goalie, it's numbers even. And we do expect a lot out of our goalies. They are expected to mark from time to time and definitely be directing everyone.
Good, Claire. Good, Claire. Good.
I'm going to step up, Al. Step up. Good slide. Stay in it. Stay in it. So here, you saw Claire and Debart are probably our 2 players who like to double the most. So as they were doubling, what we need to make sure we're doing a little bit better job of is completely cutting off this adjacent.
Yeah.
So Allie's a freshman, so she's still learning exactly all of my annoying defensive hopes, I guess. So she will be taking another step out. And once we really get going with this, the adjacents are completely covered, and there's a